Hey there folks, today I'm going to show you how to get free bulkheads in your No Man's Sky save. This basically bypasses the need to buy broadcast receivers or wait weekly for the free one, because they can get expensive if you're doing quite a lot in a row, and if you want to fully flesh out your freighter, that can be quite costly. This is 100% legit, there are no exploits in this, so if you want to do it completely the legit way, this is the way to go. We are essentially in the starting system of Expedition 5. I found this when I was originally doing the expedition, but I didn't include it in the expedition guides because it wasn't really relevant, but I thought this would definitely be a place to show people, because we can do this outside of the expedition. I'm on my normal save and it works perfectly fine. So essentially the first thing you'll need to do is to get this system via the address on screen now. Once you get through the portal there, you're going to want to head to the space station and get a link essentially to the teleporter, because we will be wanting to teleport back here after. Then once you come out, just start pulsing in any direction, it doesn't matter. The first point of interest in space that will pop up for you after a few seconds of pulsing will be this derelict freighter. Because that's the first thing in the system, and that will always happen. It's always repeatable at the exact same amount of time in pulse. So drop out and head in, and I'll quickly run through it to show you, because it's quite a quick one. Like I said, there isn't that much loot in general in comparison to a lot of them. There are some really loot heavy ones, but it's still pretty good. Also, always make sure to claim your supplies, because nowadays repair kits are really useful, and you'll get 3 per time you do this. Repair kits enable us to easily and quickly repair our mech that when it's under AI control, because AI control can be damaged itself during battle, and so can all the tech on it. So yeah, be sure to pick up the repair kits because they are very useful. I'm going through this with a pretty decent weapon. I'll just quickly show you. This is my Atlas Rises weapon, so it has a higher damage output than any you can get now. But it's not that much higher, so don't be worried. Like this is just kind of a shred weapon. But an alien will do pretty much as good. So we're going to ignore that guy. We're just going to straight to the side here, pick up this one pack there. We're going to read these. Basically, we'll read every single one we find until we get the credential. You need credential for the second terminal. I got really unlucky in the last run, and it took me till past the actual terminal to get the credential, but don't worry if that happens, it still won't take much longer. There we go, perfect. All but that one time I've got the credential from this first room, from those 2. So head through. There was a bug I experienced in one of these, which was that, right, there we go. There are a few of these in here. You can kind of ignore them. If you've got good enough shields, you won't need to really worry about them. But it can get risky, and on permadeath I would never risk it. There isn't much in this room, it's just one pack there, and then a big one here. After that, carry on. In this room here, there's a big one as well. And that's it. Also, just a general tip, be sure to reload between shots, because if you wait for it to empty, the reload takes twice as long. Just grab this one here, then we'll go over to this side. You can grab that as well, because we may as well grab this loot. There isn't that much, but it's still worth grabbing. Right, so we just speed through this. You don't need the credential for the first one, just click through the menus. You can read it if you want, but after the first time it's pointless to read it again because it's the same text. Right, leave. Now we've got the first thing. That is one of the first ones. The credentials will give us the second one. There are enemies in here, by the way. There we go. It's not... If you're not... Oh, where's the third one? Oh, did I accidentally kill it? Okay. You only find that one briefcase in here, so unless there's some good stuff... Unless you have a really good weapon or something, it's not worth going in there. On these, each of these rooms has a single large crate. The large crates are the best for the amount of nanites overall it will give, as well as just general loot. So it's always worth going to those. The crates will almost entirely give units, nanites, or tainted metal. They will sometimes give a rare item, like a procedural treasure, but it's quite rare. Then let's get the last one from this room. Then there's a briefcase just over here, and then we'll head through that door. You won't have to, there's no enemies in that one, other than that room. Small one here. Run through. So yeah, there's a few enemies in here. It's generally better to just get them right away. Unless you're going to ignore them. I'm tempted to do a run of ignoring them just so you can see how quick it actually is and how much you don't really need to worry on normal anyway. I will sort my tech out though, because that can be dangerous otherwise. So yeah, this is the biggest loot room out of all of them. This also has a second terminal, which you need that credential for. And Shabba, it doesn't matter which of those three you click. Then the second one, it'll always be the same one from the credential on the ship. And Daisy. And there we go, with that item and the other item from that other terminal, together they will give us 784 Tainted Metal when we hand them into a space station after. So definitely worth getting, because yeah, that's a nice bit of extra. There is another enemy or two in here, I think. Yeah, there. There we go. Finish him off. I did run this derelict freighter on my expedition save when I had nothing, no tech or anything. It was a little iffy. I had to go quite slow, and I had to build the bulkcaster. The mining beam just isn't good enough. But yeah, the bulkcaster worked out well. I just had to take cover a lot and be careful to avoid damage wherever possible. So when you're going down here, here's a little tip. Always go just over, point away from the stairs, the ladder here, and then don't move as you drop. And if you do that, you won't auto-attach to the ladder and you can just carry on. The only thing in this particular room is the ship, so just grab that and carry on. I've had it be C-class module every time except for once when it was a B-class. So it's not very... sometimes it still happens. It always happens as soon as I've actually explained that it won't happen if you do that. Through this... Now, when you see the purple here, that means that it's... Oh, there's another one. I thought I only ever had one in here. When you see a purple one with the 0 and the arrow, that means that this is a dead end. Now, it's good to pop in here just to get this crate behind here. It is not worth going continuing on unless you don't have the credential yet, because there is a single one of these data pads in there. You do also get some potential nanites and stuff from looking at the data pads, but it's, in my opinion, it's not worth the time. And here we are in the final one. Also, just to mention, at the second terminal, if you don't have the credential yet, activate the teleporter next to it. And then once you've done here, you can go back to the start, then go back to the teleporter, and you'll be at that terminal with your credential ready to go. This room only has like 5 of these briefcases total, but they're quick, so you may as well grab them. And then here's your main terminal to get your freighter bulkhead. My freighter is completely full on slots, so it's pointless for me to get bulkheads. The technology from this terminal is C-class. It will always be C-class, so it's not worth getting. Because C-class aren't going to be anywhere near as good, you may as well go for known S-class locations. Also, if you want to sell them for nanites, you may as well get the extract nanites, because this extract nanites will give you 400 to 600 nanites per go. And so yeah, because I don't need the bulkheads, I'll get nanites. There we go, 563 nanites, which is pretty nice actually. As soon as you've finished, when you come through here, just wait for the secondary layer of textures to pop on before you jump off the teleporter. Just to be safe, I've never fallen through the floor there. I have fallen through the floors in derelict freighters before, several times. Never there, but that's because I'm always safe when it comes to waiting for it to load in a second. Once you come out, take off in your ship, just start boosting away and press for the map. Then warp to any system nearby. This Nadiri is a good one. The reason we're warping and not teleporting from the station, the station in that starter expedition system is abandoned, so you can't hand your nanites in there. Also, if you teleport from it to a place where you should be able to, you won't be able to. You need to enter the station in some way. So if you just warp, it's the quickest and most efficient way. Warp cells are super cheap if you're a remotely established save. So yeah, once you've done that, just fly in here and we'll hand in our 2 things for our Tainted Metal, and then we can just go in for another run. Good day, good sir. Good scrap dealer, sir. So yes, sell him your stuff. Together they should give you 784. There we go. And yeah, that's a full run. All we need to do now is just teleport back. So as you can see in here, I've got a few things. These are worth $1 mil. Every so often you're going to want to empty your inventory of like these extras, like these procedurals and stuff. If you're on normal mode, you won't need to worry about Tainted Metal. Like, it'll take a while for that to take up more than 1 slot. Yeah, even then, like, you can just refine it in your personal refiner. I was refining Pugnium from my Sentinel battles. And yeah, Hypnotic Eyes, a little tip with this. You can cook this to make Horrifying Mush. Horrifying Mush is basically the highest quality possible rating for giving to Kronos. So if you make Horrifying Mush, then it's as good as making a super fancy cake. So you'll get 95 nanites on average per one of those that you hand in to Kronos. You can mix your storm crystals with antimatter to make warp hypercores for doing these little trips. So it does pretty much fully take care of itself. And then I got this from that run as well, one of them, the first run. You can sell all these, of course, if you don't need them. And yeah, job's good. And lava cores, of course, you can refine into nanites or use them in cooking or a few other things. So yeah, that's about it for that. I hope this was helpful. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick sort of off-the-cuff video for this. Obviously it took a few times to work out just a nice clean route through it. But yeah, I hope that was helpful, and I wish you all luck in your Tainted Metal / Freighter Bulkhead farming goodness. Yeah, thanks for watching, folks. Have an awesome one. Be sure to hit that like button if you liked the video. It really helps get the video up in search and in front of more eyes. And yeah, I hope to see you again next time. Have an awesome one. Goodbye.